Yeah, we're just testing the flushing system. It's we're waiting for it to finish cleansing. That's where the water's coming out, so it's now drain the tank. Let's let the tank run down, which has initiated the flush, and then it gives, how long did it give it? 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It opened this valve for 5 minutes to let all the remaining water out of the tank drain, and then the inbound to the tank mains water opens, which is what it's done, and then it gives it what, two and a half minutes to fill the tank before this closes again. So in theory it's flushing clean water through, and we timed that it takes about 2.5 minutes before this is running full flow with clean water, and then that should shut. So any minute now that should shut, and then that will be the sequence finished. How long's it got left?
It's just closed now, but it didn't quite purge, so I think we might want 3 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't really running fast.
3 minutes is what you want.
Well, did you add the 10 seconds on?
Well, kind of.
Yeah. So we might want 3 minutes. Right, ideally we want to see it running, you know, all the air out of the system and it running true before it shuts this and then finishes. So it takes a bit of tinkering, and obviously the whole process takes nearly 10 minutes, so every time you test it you've just got to sort of stood here waiting. But in theory, once it's all programmed, this box will just control it, and then you can set it to do it however many times you want to do it, either every day or a couple of times a week. But what we were thinking is that it might be better to have it so that it cleanses at night after they've gone to sleep, and then you can leave the system dry all night, so that there's nothing can potentially leak or flood, and then it clicks back on and lets the water in at the same time the lights come on in the morning, so they've got fresh water from the moment they wake up. But the only reason why we wouldn't want to do that now is that it would mean that the valve that keeps the mains water off would be running basically under pressure on all night. Yeah, for like, yeah, it'd be what, 8 hours? And the valve and those electronic valves get quite hot, so we're worried that it might just be a bit too much for it to hold the water for that long, but it might be alright.
Does that look like it's running properly to you? That doesn't really look like it's fully running to me.
No, but we haven't actually tested it with the valve on, have we?
That's as fast as it's going to go.
That's probably as fast as it's going to run through that valve.
Yeah, I think 3 minutes.
3 minutes, anyway. Morning. It's about 8 o'clock. Tuesday. I stayed up late last night, got a lot of my egg grading done that I would normally do today, because I'm planning on going up to Bentham Market today to have a look at some store lambs. I'll hopefully be heading up there in about an hour. It'll be 2 hours drive, I would have thought, at least. But it's quite a big sale. There's There's something like 5,000 store lambs. There's the chicken. So I'm just going to quickly feed these calves. They've all settled in. Hereford's coughing. No, I'm quite pleased with them generally. They're not a bad bunch of calves. I think on the whole they're a better bunch than the last bunch I had. It's just blooming cold. I'm half tempted to... Like, this pen's alright, it's quite sheltered, but that pen's got a big open bay. I'm just wondering whether to put maybe a stack of silage bales or something outside just to shelter it a bit. Because I think we're going to have a bit of cold weather now for a spell. And yeah, just trying to keep them warm. I mean, these younger ones ideally want calf jackets on really, but I haven't got any of them. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly get these calves fed and then we're going to set off in the Land Rover up north. Only about half an hour late, but let's go. Yeah, so I did record a load of talking in all these clips, but the background noise is so loud you can't make any of it out. So, but yeah, I kept trying to almost trying to overtake lorries, and you'd almost get past it, and then you'd hit a hill or something, and the lorry would just get away from you. But this lorry pops up again. I thought I was well clear of it. But after about quarter of an hour after that, I overtook him. He come up beside of me again, which I think you'll see in a minute. Here I was just ranting on about someone leaving their bales out on a field. God knows how long they've been out there, but God, it's terrible, isn't it? But yeah, here he is again. Look, he overtook me, and I ended up trying to overtake him. And yeah, as soon as you hit a hill, the Land Rover that's it. That's all it'll do. And I think in this clip he gets away from me, and I had to just pull back in behind him. Yeah, it's really quite lacking in power, this Land Rover. So this was basically I mean, you're probably better off just sitting behind him. But the trouble is, every time you level out or you go downhill, you feel like you're stuck behind them. So you overtake them and you think you're away, and then the next minute they're going past you again. And that's just my journey all the way up. Look here, look, I finally leveled out, and I had him. But yeah, really nice day. When you get up to this point, you I think this was sort of past Preston. The scenery, the traffic eases off and the scenery gets a lot better. This was just coming off the motorway, Kirby Longsdale, is it, or Longslide? And then from here, there's it's just cross country really to Bentham, which is also quite a nice drive, as you'll see now. Couldn't get out of the car park then. The whole car park's on a bit of the... well, it's on a hill. The whole market's on a hill. Yeah, just had to put it in low to get up the hill. Well, I've got a trailer load of lambs. We're back at high now. Yeah, I've got a trailer load. I don't know what sort of quality they're like. I'd be inclined to say they're growers, not showers. So it's been a long old day. They were quite hard to get. There was a lot of buyers that were buying big numbers. Like, I mean, filling wagon loads. I mean, every store sale I've been to, there's normally quite a few people there that are all trying to fill a wagon, and then there might be 2 or 3 big guys that are filling multiple wagons. But it felt like there was 10 blokes there filling multiple wagons. Right, and they were buying, and the prices were staying strong right up to the end. So, yeah, hard to get really. I think if you want to be buying mules in a tidy bunch of any size, really, you've got to be paying 80 quid. Even some of the Swaledale, horn hill sheep things, which normally There's a lot of stuff there that could have gone straight to a fat sale or an abattoir. And there's a lot more Texels than I thought. I thought there'd be way more mules, but there was actually, I would say, more like pure Texels, or at least 3/4 Texels than anything, I would have said. So yeah, it just shows they really are the popular breed now. And any Texels were making between 80 and 110 quid. Not silly, there weren't any mad silly prices, but it was just a consistent steady trade all the way through the day. Over 5,000 lambs, yeah. I mean, I got a bit confused because, I mean, for the first hour I was there, I couldn't figure out where we were on the catalogue because none of the names were on the catalogue. And then when eventually I did recognise the name, we'd only just basically started. They must have sold 1,000. I mean, there was 5,000 in the catalogue, but there must have been at least 1,000 before they started the catalogue. Which is odd because normally they leave them till last, but they sold all them first, so I don't know.